Hello, everybody. It's Stephen Hodson with Geek Dimensions podcast. Once more, we're here on time. We're ready to go. And I'm joined by my good friend, Paul O'Flaherty. And as usual, we are just going to talk about the things that have happened the past week that we as geeks just want to talk about. Now, before I start, though, did you see the tweet that I sent you earlier today?
No.
Okay, then go to the show note page. There's a link.
I'm opening up my Hootsuite here.
Okay, all right. I sent you a link.
I've had a very busy day in the office. So.
Yeah, I understand that.
It's not bad. I didn't see your.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the. Is this the Cranky Geek?
Yep, that's the link. I as a gamer, I know.
A post title called, "Oh my God, I think I've just had a gamer's wet dream."
Yes.
What the hell?
You tell me as a gamer that you wouldn't want to.
This guy has a projection system that displays his video games onto 3 panels with a resolution of 5760 by 1080. So that's above 4K.
Yeah.
He's got an array of touchscreen inputs, voice recognition, head tracking, and some joysticks. All right. So my immediate commentary on this is going to be fucking awesome if you're into games like X, for example. Right?
Yes.
Space simulators, flight simulators, that kind of thing. It's going to suck volleyball if you want to play Call of Duty on it, though.
Why? Why would it?
Because you don't play Call of Duty with joysticks.
What? No, that's because he's playing
If you're going to have that kind of screenage, you need to go look at the one that they showed, Call of Duty projected in a dome.
Oh, yeah, okay,
And you got the body thing around. But if you're into any kind of simulators, driving games, want to pretend you're sitting on the bridge of the Enterprise or whatever while you fly around your mom's basement pretending you're in deep outer space, this is going to be the rig for you. This looks bloody awesome.
There's 2 videos there with it. I also did a bit of a gallery of images, but yeah, it's there's no word on how much it cost him to put this together.
I'm telling you, this cost more than a pretty penny.
Oh yeah. Like I don't even like if you go through the videos, it shows how he has the projector set up, the sensor system that he has in place. Like it's just freaking amazing. And the first thing I thought when I saw this was
all this is for playing Elite.
Yeah. Well, it's one of the games he plays on it. And like when I shared the link with the Gall, he said, flight sims, road games like driving sims, this would be perfect for that type of thing. It's just custom made for it.
Wouldn't it just? As long as your neighbors don't come by and fucking turn on their tablet and start casting things to your screens in the middle of your game.
Yeah, well, okay. Chromecast. Do you have a Chromecast?
No.
Have you thought of getting one?
Many, many times, but my wife keeps giving out to me every time I suggest buying one. Even though the damn thing's only like $20 now. She's like, why would you want to buy one when you have a computer hooked up to the TV? It does all that already.
Well, here's the thing.
I'm a nerd!
When they first announced this, I was going, okay, I want to get one of these. Well, unfortunately, it wasn't available or workable in Canada. Neither the software that goes with it, nor was the dongle available. Then the dongle was suddenly available in Canada through the Google Play Store, and then so was the software you need for it. I'm still not sure if I want to get one to play with, and if it comes in at the $20 price point, the problem is I have nowhere for TV really, other than my bedroom, So I'm not sure whether I'll get one, but the idea that someone can come along with their phone and connect to my Wi-Fi network through the Chromecast, no, that's not a good idea. That's a Sony enterprise in the making.
Yeah, let's not talk about Sony. But no, I'm like, Yeah, it lets people take over your TV, obviously, without needing your Wi-Fi password. I'm just waiting for this to be suitably hacked so that, I could be like walking past stores, schools, offices, just start, sending porn to people's big screen.
I can just see it now. Some corporate headquarters, they got this great big presentation happening with a big screen. All of a sudden, porn comes streaming across.
Oh, and it's going to be a presentation for like,
because
really,
that's one of the things that they
like disadvantaged, disabled kids, and it's going to be like a really heavily religious, super Christian organization.
Goat see anybody?
Goat see.
I will bet that very, very few people who listen to this will even remember what Goatsy is, because that comes from a.
Do not look it up if you value your sanity.
No, do not. Okay, here's the other. Okay, we've had a bunch of Microsoft. Here we go again. Microsoft is doing something really fucking cool, and they are getting like no really good press over it. What I'm talking about is their streaming service,
Arcadia.
It's going to be open source.
Okay.
And all I've been able to see so far is basically meh reporting or claiming it's going to be is it a breakthrough or a big flop was one headline I saw.
Well, okay. First off, they've been touting this sort of streaming video game service, streaming apps
for a couple of years.
It's not new.
Nope.
So it's not going to pick up a lot of traction, except with people like you who are, definitive Microsoft fanboys.
No, wait. You okay?
Are you going to deny that?
I know. I will defend myself to the point where I will say that if I figure they need a slap, they'll get one. If they don't. I
mean, we've reamed them enough times on Microsoft podcasts before.
But do you think this? Okay, here's the problem I have. Basically, what they're doing is they want to be able to provide a streaming service so you can play a game basically on your Xbox, then go to your phone, or then go to your computer, or then go to your tablet, and the same game will be playing no matter what.
Yeah, that's really interesting. If you're playing really shitty games, that will work on your phone and your tablet. But that's not why I buy a console. I don't buy a console to play fucking phone games on it. I don't buy a console to play tablet games on it. And I don't buy a PC, a gaming PC, to play fucking tablet or phone games on it. If I have a gaming PC, it's because I want to play high-end games that require serious fucking processing power. If I have a console, then I want a certain type of experience, an experience that is not going to be delivered by a tablet or a PC. Microsoft needs to sort of cop on and realize, I think, that from a gaming perspective, games that work on one platform are not going to work on the other except for the occasional RTS. Or maybe fucking Bejeweled. But why on earth would you want to be streaming goddamn Bejeweled? The tablet and the tablet phone companion devices to games. I completely get that, right? I can completely imagine, you're playing a game, you have your tablet next to you, you've got your fucking map on your tablet, shit going off there or whatever, a companion device to a game. But I'm going to be fucked if I'm going to be playing fucking Assassin's Creed, or I'm going to be playing, Call of Duty or Hatred, which will never come out, on a damn tablet. I'm not going to want that experience. I mean, they can't even get the experience right on tablets with like games from the 90s. All right. I mean, there's some good games from the 90s that have been ported, like Baldur's Gate, that sort of stuff, but it's still not the same experience. And these are just simple RTSs.
Yeah.
Who do they think is going to... The people who play casual games are not going to care about streaming it from one device to another. And this kind of platform right now only works for streaming, for casual games. Sure, it might be, sure, it might technically work for an RTS, or for an FPS, but I'm not going to play an FPS on my tablet. I'm not going to be playing fucking, Advanced Warfare on my damn tablet.
Okay. The other thing that they've been talking about also, which is finally supposed to bring some of this unity to the different platforms, is DX12, which apparently is supposed to ship with Windows 10.
Yay, about time. It's been, 5 years since DirectX 11? And minor updates?
Yeah, 4 or 5 years. Wow. I hadn't thought it was that long ago.
Yeah, it has been.
Wow.
I just looked it up.
Okay, well, but the idea is that from what I've been reading, the DX12 is going to allow more what they're calling closer to the metal access for game developers. What they're doing is they're saying that how AMD's Mantle is going to be similar to that, or what's NVIDIA's Shadowplay. I'm not sure which, but it's going to be a much more robust API programming environment for game developers.
All right, well, that's good, but here's the problem. DX12, if it rolls out with 10, fine. So we're not going to see real DX12 capable games until 2017, and they're not really going to get down and, No,
but here's the thing. I have heard rumors that some game makers have gotten access sooner than what the commercial release will be.
Where is DX12 going to come back to Windows 7 or Windows 8?
Don't know.
Because if not, they can fuck off. Because Windows 8, Windows 10 Windows 8 still has only got a small bit of market share.
I have a gut feeling that Windows 8 basically is going to become a stepchild. You're going to see more adoption going from 7 to 10 than you are from 8 to 10.
Well, that kind of happens every time. I just, it's like Windows, good operating system, bad operating system, good operating system. Even though Windows 8 is undeservedly called bad. It's not like, when Vista came out, Vista 1 was shit.
Yes, it was terrible.
Vista Service, by the time Vista got the Service Pack 1,
it was still a pig.
It was a decent operating.
It was still a pig.
It wasn't perfect, but it was decent.
Like Windows 7 did a lot to really slim down the operating system and because you had less of a size of an install on Windows 7 than you did with Vista.
Oh yeah,
they really tightened it up.
And the same with Windows 8.
Yep. Yep.
But yeah, unless DirectX 12 is going to come back to at least Windows 8, it's not going to make. I worry about the Windows platform and gaming in that sense.
Well, apparently, I guess.
But not that I worry about the Windows platform and gaming in that sense. I just worry about adoption of DirectX 12 games.
Well, apparently, I guess
DirectX 12 is not going to drive people to it'll drive a very small segment of hardcore gamers to go buy new rigs and graphics cards, but for the vast majority of people, it's not going to.
Well, I guess that they're having a big shindig Microsoft campus on January 21st, and it's basically the consumer end of the Windows 10 reveal. So, maybe we'll have more interesting things to talk about at that time, because right now it's just Windows 10. I've played with it in a VM, a Hyper-V. I like it. It's nice. I've been tempted to actually run it, on my production machine.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm so close right now to doing a rebuild that I'm not overly concerned about it. I might do it just for the hell of it because I am going to be doing a rebuild. But are you going to go the route of 10?
Yes. From everything I'm a geek, man.
Yeah.
I've got machines all around me here. At least one machine will go to 10 for testing.
Yeah.
Once the full thing rolls out, and once everything is rolled out, then I'll be like, yeah, of course. I'm not one to deliberately stay behind in terms of.
Yeah. Yeah. Neither am I. Neither am I.
I will take 10, and I won't necessarily. I'm not going to say I'm going to love 10 immediately, but I'm going to give it a fair shot. I'm not one of these people who's going to turn around and say, oh, that operating system is shit. I am not moving to that just because, I'm not moving to Windows 8 because they changed that interface. Windows 8 is shit, but I've never actually tried Windows 8.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, you mentioned this one earlier, and I'm kind of interested in your feedback on it, but the game Hatred, it's gotten a lot of, I wish it hadn't gotten press the last couple of days because it got yanked from the Steam greenlit game store.
Okay.
And then it got put back with an apology from Gabe Newell. Now, so people understand what we're on. The idea with Hatred is you're a serial mass murderer who's going on a genocidal crusade against innocent civilians because he hates the world.
Okay, so you're playing as the bad guy. Okay.
Now, you've seen the trailer, you said. I've got bad... I'm not liking this game right off the bat because I feel it's pure glorification of violence. I mean, senseless, pointless, utterly degenerate violence. Okay. Now, I could be wrong. But you've seen the trailer.
But can't the same be said of what's the one where you go around killing zombies with everything from
DayZ?
No.
Oh no. There's Island?
Dead Rising?
Dead Rising, yes.
Yeah,
Dead
there's
Rising.
3 of them now, or 4 of them.
Yeah.
That's the same fucking idea, except that zombies. Just because they're not, look, here's the thing. People are adults, right? Whether you like a game or not, as long as it is rated appropriately and sold appropriately, who the fuck are you to judge, right?
True.
I mightn't like it, but it doesn't mean that it should be taken away from the stores because somebody else might like it, okay? Don't give me this bullshit that video games call violent.
Oh, no, I'm not going down that road.
Oh, I know you're not going to go down that road, but I know that there's fucking sweaty palmed fucking Ann Coulter fucking lookalikes out there. Fucking, that's immediately what they're thinking. Oh, you can't do this, you can't promote violence.
All you're gonna need is some idiot going off with a gun and killing other people, and he happened to play this game. Yeah. There will be the tie-in right then and there.
Need a tie-in, but come on, I mean, really, they should make that tie-in about every video game. Because, even Mario was violent. You jump and squish people. You jump on their heads until they die. There's a rating system in place for games. You're not supposed to be able to buy an M-rated game unless you're over a certain age. If you're over that age, then you are capable of making your own decision about whether or not you want to play this kind of game. Just like you're capable of making your own decision about whether or not you want to go down the pub and get pissed, whether or not you want to fuck hookers, whether or not you want to fucking, I don't know, get into a car and drive off a fucking bridge. These are your own decisions to make.
Yes, I agree with you wholeheartedly.
That's that. If you don't like it, fine, tough. But let's not yank a game because it's violent. Let's not yank a game because somebody's having a shit fit about it. Games don't kill people. Bored people with no time on their hands that could otherwise be using their time playing video games kill people.
No, again, you saw the trailer. I haven't seen the trailer.
The trailer is violent. The trailer is Diablo-esque top-down isometric violence.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Screw it then. Okay, this one, I put this one in here this week specifically for you.
Uh-oh.
Yes. The 700 Doctor Who episodes from the last millennium condensed into a single video that plays them all simultaneously.
All right, do you know what I just said about video games don't kill people? People with too much time on their hands kill people.
Yes.
Whoever put this Doctor Who video together is probably going to end up killing somebody. Because putting all these episodes together into a 15-minute video that is impossible to watch. It's impossible to actually see anything. You know what I mean? Because, you know, the screen is just packed with mini screens. You can't hear anything because it's all babble. They're all talking over each other. Has way too much time on their hands. I applaud them. Probably the 6 months of their life that they spent doing this. And I look forward to, seeing their obituary in the newspaper. Shot to death by cops after they've gone out and, probably tried to shoot up an FYI, trying to steal Doctor Who goods or something. Because they have way too much time on their hands and they need to go play some video games or something. I applaud them, their effort, but, just like the people who go in Minecraft and build, replicas of the Starship Enterprise right down to the bridge inside, go get laid. I'm a geek of the highest order. I'm a nerd of the highest order, but dear God, go get laid.
Have you been listening or have you been reading on any of the Doctor Who Christmas special rumors that are going around? And what do you think? Deliberately
not.
Okay, good. Okay.
The only thing I care about is that it is Jenna Louise Coleman's last episode. And when she's gone, I will be cracking a beer and I'll be like, thank God she's gone.
You know something else I really am going to be thank God it's done is the fucking Tolkien movies.
Before you talk about Tolkien, because the Tolkien movies, the Lord of the Rings movies, the Hobbit movies are so goddamn predictable. The book was too short. The movie's going to suck. I know it. And we all know that there's absolutely no way he's not going to go back and try and make things like the Silmarillion because he's just obsessed. I just think he wants to live in New Zealand long enough to get citizenship or some shit. Even though I think he's originally from there, I'm not sure. I was on the NBC website last night.
Yes.
Right? This is not in the show notes, right? But let me just, he says leaning over to type on the other computer. We were debating whether or not they were going to pick up Constantine again.
Yes. It's on sort of a kind of a hiatus or what?
Yeah, but so I went to NBC.com/Constantine, and they've got a slider, and the slider says Constantine returns in 2015.
Okay.
Now, I know we just had season 8, and season 8 is a mid-season finale. But they seem to be doing a lot of pushing about its return in 2015. So I'm a lot more confident right now that it's going to get picked up for season 2 than I was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I seriously have to get over the holidays, do some binge watching of some shows just to get caught up. Like I'm way behind on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
No, I don't.
Yeah. I'm behind on Constantine. I'm behind on a couple other ones. So I've definitely got to do. I've got them sitting here. They're ready to watch. I just got to do it.
Got it. That's what she said.
The other bit of news that I saw, like we know that Benedict Cumberbatch is going to be Doctor Strange. That one's done, sealed, delivered,
dusted.
Another movie that was rumored late last year, well, early this year, sort of, was Neil Gaiman's Sandman. Now, that has got to be, next to The Preacher, that's got to be a really whacked out series of God-type comics.
Let me just say right off the bat, I do not want Benedict Cumberbatch playing Sandman.
No. But you know who is suggested and I would love to see is Tim. Oh, shit.
Hiddleston.
Yes, Hiddleston. Tom Hiddleston. Otherwise known as Loki.
Yeah.
I think he would do an awesome fucking job. I really do. I have that, I've read the Sandman series, a lot of them.
Yeah.
And when the picture that they've got with the one post that I put in, it has him, Tom Hiddleston, right there, and it looks, to me, that is Sandman. Right there.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. I mean, Tom Hiddleston's a great actor. I'm sure there's other people out there who could play Sandman. Tom Hiddleston.
Who?
But Benedict Cucumber Patch should not be considered for this role.
No.
You just
No.
There comes a point where an actor can't be in everything.
Yes, I know. I agree with you.
Him. This is not a role for Cucumber Patch.
No, but I would love to hear or read the news that yes, Sandman is going ahead. They're negotiating for the film. The director, I don't know who it is, and I want Hiddleston to be the Sandman. That is my.
It's Joseph Gordon-Levitt's involvement in this.
I think he is one of the producers of it. He's been one of the ones pushing it along with Neil Gaiman.
Okay.
Now, it was rumored that
because what I see here is Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Dan Goyer, Jack Thorne, and Neil Gaiman have been hard at work trying to get a script completed. So is he writing?
No, Goyer's doing the writing.
I wouldn't put him beyond it. Because for an actor, that guy plays fairly mean guitar, you know?
No, from what I understand, the one person who's been pushing this for years, as a matter of fact, is Gordon-Levitt.
Okay.
And I guess him and Neil Gaiman have gotten together in the last couple of years and sort of unified their forces to really push this. They've gotten Goyer on board to write it. Now they're trying to figure out who's going to direct it. Goyer's a director, isn't he, as well? He's a director-writer?
I'm going to say yes, but I'm also going to say don't bloody well quote me on that. So what I'm going to do,
IMDb.
I'm going to bloody type him into Google. And yes, he is. He's a screenwriter, film director, novelist, and comic book writer.
Okay, I did not know that last one.
He's worked on the Blade trilogy.
Okay.
For Nolan's Batman trilogy.
Yes.
Dark City, Man of Steel.
Dark City?
Yes.
Wow, that's going back.
He's also co-written Black Ops and Black Ops 2.
Damn, dude.
He's co-written several screenplays: Doctor Strange, Ghost Rider, Batman Begins, The Flash, and Blade. Yeah, this guy's got
some serious cred.
He's got plenty of writing chops, and he's off my radar, so I don't know.
Well, as it stands right now, it looks like they got a good base to work from. Unlike the reboot of The Crow, which seems to have just fallen apart.
They're not. Are they?
They were going to, and apparently they had a director, they had an actor, they had a writer, and they had a producer, and it fell apart. They even had the creator of the comic book character on board.
We don't need a Crow reboot. Look, the Crow movies should have stopped
with number one, Brandon Lee.
Jason Scott Lee. No, Brendan or Jason?
Brandon Lee.
Brandon Scott Lee.
Yeah.
I know he died on set and the whole lot, and they did the whole sort of Bruce Lee, let's CGI him into the end of the thing. But, yeah, it should have just stopped there. It should have. Cause the following two, was it 2 or 3 movies that came out with after that?
I think 3 altogether.
Were just crap.
Yeah. Another one that should have just stopped after the first one and should not be seeing a reboot is Ghostbusters. Sorry. So I'm putting it out there. That's it.
Okay. We have talked about this repeatedly on this show. Okay. One, I am not happy that it's going to be an all-female Ghostbusters thing because This has got nothing to do with women. It's just that the Ghostbusters were 4 blokes.
Yeah,
right?
and they're
Peter
old now.
It's Egon Spengler, it's Raymond Stantz, it's Winston Zedmore, and that is the Ghostbusters. They are the Ghostbusters.
Yep.
And that's just that. And now I'm going to cry in my milk. You know? But these new fucking plot details that have come out for it, just Peter Dinklage as the villain.
See, here's another case where, going back to your point about an actor being in too many roles. Everything in now these from like what is it in the Avengers movie? He's going to be in there as the bad guy. You know, he's in more
Game of Thrones. He was in Knights of Badassdom. He was in the Happiest Man in New York.
Like I'm all for actors making money and stretching their you know their skill.
Oh, did you just make a short joke?
Not me, no. But you know, enough is enough. Let's just stop this reboot shit. Like, okay.
Peter Dinklage is an awesome actor.
Yes, he is. And deserves all the credit he's getting.
He actually managed to make Knights of Badassdom reasonably good. But really, we do not need a Ghostbusters reboot. And if we do have a Ghostbusters reboot, it needs to stick to the lore. And we don't need to be bringing in people like Peter Dinklage just to add star credit.
Yeah.
You know? Because
but you know who would be really good in that role? Who was that guy in the Spawn movie? The big fat clown?
Who did play the clown?
Don't know. But he would be perfect as a bad guy in Ghostbusters.
Just have the clown from Spawn.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. There's your movie. There's your plot. Go to it.
Fine.
While we're speaking of, and then we'll sort of end off with this little bits here, but Tim Burton says Winona Ryder is going to be in the Beetlejuice sequel. Why? No, please, enough.
All right. Who was in who played Beetlejuice?
Crazy ass. Oh, it's right on the tip of my tongue.
He was also Batman.
Keaton. Michael Keaton.
Right. Do we have any idea who's going to be
Nope.
Beetlejuice? No.
Nope.
Right, I'm going to make a bet now. Right? Considering it's a Tim Burton movie, Beetlejuice this time is going to be played by Helena Bonham Carter.
Okay.
Because she's in everything. I almost dare you to name a Tim Burton movie besides the Batman movie with Michael Keaton that she wasn't in.
Yeah. You know what? I've got to say, you know, going back to one of the other ones we touched on. I got to give. Do I have to give up my credit card if my geek credit card if I say enough? I'm not even interested in the last Hobbit movie. I don't care.
I'm not particularly interested in it. I am going to watch the last Hobbit movie, which will be the Battle of Five Armies. I'm going to watch it out of sheer masochism.
I just don't care anymore. Like, as far as I'm concerned, that lore has been done, and it's like, I'm sorry, The Hobbit was not 3 movies or 4 movies or 5.
The Hobbit was one tiny book.
Yeah, it's a tiny ass book.
Like, it could have been stretched to 3 hours for a book.
Yeah, like we're already seeing the beginning of 3-hour movies.
You know. And here's the thing, right? This is one of those fucking things that annoys me. It's like I'm reading this series of 12 books, but let me start with book 6. I feel that way with The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings. I'm like, you know, in terms of Middle-earth lore, there are, you know, there's lore before The Hobbit. You know, there's
Silmarillion.
Yeah, but at least you can start with The Hobbit in the sense of
Yes.
telling the story of the Ring and
Yep.
Hobbits, right? But you don't start at the Lord of the Rings and then go back and do the Hobbit.
Well,
You do the Hobbit, and then you do the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, but I think I can semi understand the logic why they did it that way. I don't agree with it. I think it sucked, but I can understand it.
Because the term Lord of the Rings is more
Yes.
immediate marketing.
Yes. The Hobbit, not so much. Like that's for true Tolkien fans. Yes, the Hobbit's first, then the Lord of the Rings. But even before that is the Silmarillion.
Yeah,
right?
But Jackson is saying he's not ruling out going back and doing.
Like, what's he gonna do? Another 6 movies out of the Silmarillion? Like, come on, enough.
Oh, hang on now. If he can get 3 movies out of The Hobbit, he can easily get 12 movies out of the Silmarillion. Easily.
No more, please, no more. But on that note, folks, I guess like we've sort of covered everything we wanted to.
Yes, no more.
Yes. Shut the fuck up, you two dudes. You're driving me nuts. Got anything, anything? What happened this week that was fun and geeky for you, bud?
Not a whole lot. I've been working my ass off. However, my Folio keyboard case.
Oh yeah.
Did arrive for the Nexus 9. And I'm liking it.
You prick. Still calling you a prick for that one.
Yeah, I blame my wife.
Yeah, I can't call her anything but beautiful and a nice lady.
Would you? Very.
All I've been doing is working. I'm getting bug-eyed at doing image replacements and leveling up my character in WoW. That's basically I'm just basically working on my own sites as well. Having a lot of fun getting back into full-time writing. I'm enjoying it again, so it's fun.
Oh, and you have a I hear you're doing a Christmas special for another podcast.
Oh yes. Should I give a little tease? Should I give a little tease?
Maybe not.
Okay.
Or maybe you can. But yeah, I mean, Hodson's going to be doing a very special Hodson's Christmas Carol for the Nothing Serious podcast. So you guys should probably check that out when it launches this week. Are you going to give a tease?
I will, and then we will say I will do two
verses.
2 verses. Okay, of the Hodson's Christmas Carol. And remember, folks, after I'm done, keep it geek. But here we go. Oh,
remind people, we are not here for the next 2 weeks.
That's right. We're taking holidays. We do take holidays. Okay, you ready? Here we go. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house a Hodson was stirring, kicking a mouse. Get the fuck out of here, where's Jerry? The stockings were flung at the chimney in despair, in hopes of a housemaid with no underwear. The children were nestled all tied to their beds, like they should be, while visions of LSD danced in their heads. That's where my stash disappeared to. And Mama in her kerchief and I in my cap, adjusting my balls after a long winter fap, and boy did it feel good.
That's the first 2 verses, ladies and gentlemen.
We will see you.
Stevenson's line this week. Keep it geek.
Keep it geek.